Hey guys, Zach here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at this LED amber porch light for RVs. But as you can see, we have it on an enclosed trailer, so it works out great for an enclosed trailer's utility light. But we have ours up by the door, so it's kind of serving the same purpose. I like that it's an amber light. It's still going to kind of illuminate the area that we need by our door or our patio area, but it's not going to attract as many bugs. Now when it comes to replacing or adding new lights to your trailer, I think LED is the way to go like this. I think that not only are they going to last longer, those incandescent lights, they may be a more affordable option, but over time the filament in those bulbs are eventually going to break or burn out, and you're going to be replacing them a lot more often than you will these LEDs. So they also have I think a more modern look in my opinion. They have just a little bit cleaner, brighter look to them. The amber look on this one, I don't think this is the most amber color that I've ever seen out of one of these lights, but it also isn't just the pure white light that some of the other ones that are out there, so it's probably not going to attract as many bugs. Now with the amber being up here on this enclosed trailer, it sort of looks like a side marker light, but it's a little bit larger, but also it has this downward direction of the light. Also, the reflectors in there, they're going to do a good job of spreading that light out on the ground, and it won't necessarily be a spotlight, but it's also, you're not going to lose as much light coming out like a side marker would. Now, if you're not into the amber color, this is also available in just a clear lens, so it's going to provide a little bit more light. We've tested it out on this trailer, and I was pretty impressed at how much it lit up the area below our trailer. And we have this one hooked up to a light switch on the inside, which I think is probably more common with your campers, but we have a set of lights so we can work inside the trailer at night. So it's hooked up to that, but it's just running off 12-volt power, and I think that's where the LED is going to come in handy too. It's not going to take as much power to light those up. But if you don't want to run it to a switch on the inside like we have, this is also available in the clear and amber with a switch on the bottom of it, so you can just turn that on if that's all you're looking for. Now when it comes to putting this on your trailer, just to make sure that you're going to have a spot for it, it measures at 6 inches long by 3.5 inches tall, and it has a depth of 2 inches max. So it's not going to take up a lot of space, but it's definitely something to keep in mind when it comes to mounting this. And it's made of a really good ABS plastic. I mean, it is plastic. If you hit that hard enough, it's going to break. Same with the lens cover. The lens cover can be replaced, so if you do crack that or a rock hits it, that can easily be replaced. Now, something that we've all kind of noticed when we had this put on, people walking by, is the 18 diodes on the inside there. They're very visible. It's not a even looking light. It looks a little odd in there. I think they could have potentially maybe shifted it over so it was more horizontal, but this still does a really good job of lighting things up. It's just something that kind of threw us off. Here you can see the LED and the incandescent side by side. The incandescent is the one down low. I have it mocked up, and it's the version with just the switch. And you can see the clear difference between the color temperature, how much brighter and cleaner that LED is. Overall, I like that look better, and it's just a plus that it's going to last longer. But this amber light does a really good job of lighten up most of the side of this trailer, and it probably goes out about 5 to 8 feet. So we've got a good area to kind of hang out. You know, if have this on the camper so we can set up a patio area, or if we're just working outside of the trailer at night, this does a really good job. Now I think this is a good example of how it's not a really bright, harsh amber light that we may kind of be used to, that older style, but it's still going to give the same effect. Overall, this isn't too difficult to install. Let's just walk you through how we got this one put in place. To begin our installation, I went ahead and removed an old light that we had in place, and I disconnected from my battery. I'm going to go ahead and get these cleaned up a little bit. These come pre-stripped for you, and I went ahead and stripped these back as well. So I'm going to get a connector on there. Now these butt connectors are not included. It comes with some wire nuts that's more for like home application. You can put them on there. They'll connect your wires, but I think that going down the road with your trailer, the risk of those coming undone is pretty high, so I would just put some regular butt connectors on there. If you really want to be super cautious with it, you can put heat shrink, but since this will be living on the inside, I think it's a little unnecessary. But I'm going to go ahead and put these on here, get those ready for our light, get those crimped down, check those out, make sure they're on there, get our ground. Now it's always a good idea to check and make sure which wires are which when we're putting these on. We went ahead and already tested ours and confirmed that the black is our power wire and white is ground, so that we can match those up with the wires on the back of our light. And then we can feed those wires back into our trailer. We can see if those existing holes line up with one another. Sometimes they do. We'll make sure that our wires are sitting in this little recess section right here so we don't get those pinched up. That allows us to have that hole right in the center of this if you have an existing one in place. And it looks like my holes might be, actually they're pretty close. Those actually line up. These are not quite universal, but it looks like we had the same brand light on here at some point. So those are small enough holes. I'm going to use the screws to get that held in place, and I'm only putting this in with 2. You can put 4 on there if you'd like, but I think it's going to do a good job of holding on. Now I'm not using any power tools to get this screwed in place. I'm just using a Phillips screwdriver because I don't want to strip out the side of our trailer there. That aluminum's pretty soft, and get in there and get it too wide, I don't think you'll get a good fit. So this is a good way to do that. Get that put in place. Make sure that gets tight. And we can get our lens cap on, hook up our battery, and test this out. So I have my battery connected. We can hit our switch, and we can see that it's working. So not too difficult of an installation, but that's going to do it for our look at the LED RV porch light or utility light for enclosed trailers.